Schönen guten Abend. My name is Bryce Rose, curator of the Mysteria contest hall.
I know we asked this a few circuits ago when you took up the position, but how does it feel to be both the prince and the gym leader of Mysteria?
Oh, es ist einfach wunderbar. I feel quite honored. I didn't think people would consider me fähig, worthy of such a position.
Despite your answer, I've heard from a few of your confidants that you were planning on stepping down?
Yes, that is correct. I feel that I've spent enough time in the limelight. It's time for me to retire.
How humble of you. Do you plan on this being your last year as a whole?
Nein, I do not know. I want to first find someone who is perfect in jeder Hinsicht, perfectly suitable for the job before I feel comfortable handing over the crown.
That is perfectly reasonable. In which case, are there any trainers this year that have caught your eye that could potentially be suitable to take over your position?
Oh, in der Tat. There are two that have actually caught my eye. Die erste Person ist Vanellope. I like how she presented herself as both an entertainer and an educator. I am excited to see how far she goes. The other is Oliver. Oh, beklagenswerter Oliver. I feel terrible for his upbringing, but the fact that he is doing his best to overcome his misfortune is something I deeply respect. Es braucht eine große Menge Entschlossenheit. It takes a lot of strength and gumption to aim for something higher. In fact, I extend to him his citizenship in my country, so that he has a place to live that focuses more on affection and camaraderie, rather than staunch traditions.
That is very warm of you, Bryce. However, we can't mull over this for too long. We have to move on to the next question. That question is, there have been a lot of mostly small protests lately over the Pokemon Championship Circuit System functions, mainly over the act of badge acquisition and proof of obtainment. Do you have any remarks on that?
Ich kann es verstehen. The system itself is a bit archaic. It can be tough on some people. However, es ist Tradition. It's a part of our culture across all of Auralon. It's been ingrained in the system so deeply that everyone expects it. Unsere Ahnen wären zutiefst verärgert.
Care to elaborate on that remark a bit? Most of the people of Auralon know that you didn't acquire the minimum 8 badges that most people need to obtain to enter the championship circuit, but instead acquired entry through alternative means like Vincent did.
Ja, aber dennoch habe ich versucht, diese zu erlangen. I still did the walk to and from Concordia with pride with the badges I earned. I'm simply saying, if the system does change, the march back to the origins should remain.
Ah, okay, now I understand.
Danke.
Do you have any recommendations to the protesters who wish to see the system change?
Nein, I don't particularly know how that stuff works. Each region is its own governing body, and such a large-scale change has to be agreed upon.
That is unfortunate, but quite understandable. Regardless, as I've said before, we shouldn't dawdle on a question for too long. I'll move on to something else. Have you heard of the rumors about the heavily decreased gang activity in Wiberius but a rise in organized crime?
Habe ich nicht. I've been far too busy between running and judging contests and preparing myself with the upcoming circuit. Is any of that true?
I do not know, it is only rumored.
Warum dann fragen, Schwachkopf? I can't waste my precious time on rumors. Ask me again when you have something more than that, please.
All right, I will do that. In which case, I will move on to my last question of the day. Do you have any encouraging words to say to the viewers at home?
Let me see. The only true choices you have are the choices you make yourself. Think hard before you make them, and take the most out of the time you have here on Earth. Otherwise, you're staring into an uncaring void. And you don't want that to stare back at you. Außerdem, diese Interviewerin ist ein wahnsinniger Trottel und sollte sterben.